Hey there, I'm Alan Matthews from Classical Guitar Shed, and let's talk about dots in musical notation. Dots confuse a lot of people. They can be tricky. It's just one little spot of ink, but they change everything. And so in this video, we will make dots really easy for you to understand. And then you will forever understand the dot. If you enjoy this, please subscribe to this channel so we can do it some more. So a dot is just what it sounds like. It's a dot of ink to the right of a note. And when we see it, we add 50% of that note to it. Uh-oh, I used percentages, but that's what's going on. So a dotted quarter note is a quarter note plus half of the quarter note. A dotted half note is the half note plus a half note. So that's the formula. The dot adds half of whatever the note value is to it. So in this case, it's going to be an eighth note that we add because half of a quarter note is an eighth note. And so then we get our beat and a half, a quarter and an eighth note. Now a quarter note is also two eighth notes. So a dotted quarter note can also, instead of meaning a quarter plus an eighth, it can also mean 3/8. And we see this in some types of music, in some particular fields of music. The dotted quarter, like a jig, for instance, a dotted quarter will mean 3 eighth notes instead of a quarter plus an eighth. All right, so here we have the three most common dotted notes that you will see. The first on the top is the dotted half note. And the dotted half note can be a half note plus a quarter, or it can be 3 quarter notes, whichever it happens to be in the piece of music that you're looking at. But it gets 3 beats, and that's the important part. The next one down, we have a dotted quarter, and we've just talked about the dotted quarter. It gets a beat and a half, so it gets the full quarter note plus half a quarter note, a quarter plus an eighth, or 3/8. And down our bottom row here, we have the dotted eighth note, and the dotted eighth note is an eighth plus a 16th note, or 3 16th notes. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this foray into the dots. Here's the thing, whenever you're actually clapping and counting, it might be helpful at first to actually write all the counts in, whatever the smallest beat is. So if you see a dotted half note, like this one on the top, then you would just write in all your beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 3, or whatever it is. And then just circle the ones where the notes play. And that's going to help you to visualize on the music measure where the notes actually fall in. Because that way you can be counting, but you can also have a visual representation of how it all fits together. And in a while, once you do a couple of these, you'll get used to seeing them. You'll get used to seeing that there's only a handful of ways that we actually use these in music. So once you see those, then you'll get used to them. It'll be super easy for you moving forward. You'll have the skills in order to do it, and then reading music will be a breeze when it comes to your dotted notes. Hope you've enjoyed this. Many thanks to musictheory.net for these slides. And if you have enjoyed this, please do subscribe to this channel, and we'll talk more music and guitar. See you soon.